amazing event that happens in the Keys, and it's called the worm hatch. It happens all the way up from Key Largo to Key West. These little worms hatch out of a certain kind of bottom. And the reason this worm hatch is so important to us fishermen is that when they hatch, it happens right in the height of the tarpon season. The actual worms are called palelo worms, and they're 2 to 3 inches long, depending on the hatch. And the amazing thing about them is that you wouldn't imagine that a little 2 or 3 inch long creature can swim as fast as they do. So fast that they're actually creating a little wake behind them. A couple of the ways we like to fish for tarpon in the worm hatch is either with spin or fly rods. If we're fly fishing, we'll use an orange, yellow, and grizzly because it kind of looks the same color as the worm, and really most importantly, the fish seem to like it. Then I also like using a spinning rod, but because the worms are so small you really can't cast them, I use a tail hook shrimp. And a tail hook shrimp is great because you can really lob it a good distance, and then you fish it like a lure. You slide it on the surface of the water, and because all the fish are looking up, feeding on worms on the surface, this shrimp is right in their zone, and they bite it. This hatch happens at the end of the day, okay? So what happens first, you'll start seeing a few tarpon roll around, and then you won't be seeing too many worms or anything. You'll just see a few fish rolling around, just kind of swimming. And you'll see a few fish swimming deep, actually. And then as the worms start hatching, you'll see these fish elevate a little bit more, and you'll see them start coming up to the surface and actually kind of start sipping worms on the surface, almost like a trout. Then when the worms really get going, you'll start seeing them, you know, you'll see half a dozen of them or more at one time just scooting along, and you'll really know that the hatch is kicking off when all you'll see is fish right up on the surface, and they just stay on the surface. They don't go back down. All you see are tails and fins and mouths.